We have such sights to show you.
Hi, everybody. I'm the drunk kitten Tribbles. Welcome to Ultimate Radio Show, right here on YouTube. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, and I hope you all brought some beers.
Hi everybody. Hey, welcome to Ultimate Radio Show. I am the High Command and I'm here as usual with that drunk kitten Tribbles. The 60s were a huge witch's cauldron of many different styles of music and genres. You had Motown, you had bubblegum, you had sunshine pop, and you also had the British invasion. Today's show is going to be all about one of those bands, a band by the name of the Yardbirds, who spawned three of the most iconic guitarists in rock history.
Hi, everybody. Hey, boss. Yeah, us kittens like Yardbirds when we can catch them, especially with hot sauce and beers.
Not that kind of a Yardbird, kitten. The Yardbirds we're talking about were a British band formed in 1964 that actually continues to this day, with Jim McCarty, one of the original members, still playing drums with the band. We're going to be talking about the three iconic guitarists that came from the Yardbirds, starting with Eric Clapton, moving on to Jeff Beck, and then finishing up with Jimmy Page.
All right, boss. Yeah. The original band consisted of Jim McCarty, Chris Deja, Keith Relf, Paul Samuel Smith, and then the three iconic guitarists.
All right, kitten. Going back to the very beginning, 1963. The band actually toured with Sonny Boy Williamson, basically doing a bunch of blues covers. Now, their first debut album was actually that live, an album of that live show. Now, they did score major hits under all three of their great guitarists, and the first one, and this one was with Eric Clapton, was called For Your Love.
For your love, for your love, for your love, I'd give you everything and more, and that's for sure. For your love, I'd bring you diamond rings and things right to your door. For your love, to thrill you with delight, I'd give you diamonds bright. There'll be days that will excite and make you dream of me at night.
All right, yeah, the song For Your Love from their second album by the same name. It's also notable that Jeff Beck played on 3 songs on this album.
All right, yeah, from 1965. It's notable that Jimmy Page was actually asked to join the band, and he refused because he had a very lucrative studio musician deal going on, so he recommended Jeff Beck. But at any rate, hey, stick with us, folks, because I found a song in my researches I haven't heard since 1968, and it did get radio airplay. Maybe I can bring back a memory.
Where is she? Tell me.
Heartful of Soul. This was from their next album released in 1965. Now, even though Clapton had already long left the band, this album actually did have some live recordings with Clapton playing guitar on it.
Right, boss, yeah. This was their highest charting album in the United States, and it still continues to be in print longer than any of the other ones.
Right, Kitten? Yeah. I've been a fan of the band for a long time. Actually, Heartful of Soul is one of the first songs I learned how to play on guitar, including the lead note for note. But I've always felt the band had kind of a melancholy, almost a dark sound. You can also hear in some of their music, Jeff Beck liked to use some like Arabic scales in some of their stuff. So.
Cars and girls are easy come by in this day and age. Laughing, joking, drinking, smoking till I send my ways. When I was young, people spoke of immorality. All the things they said were wrong are what I want to be. Hey, on the sidewalk down, hey, slow and square and round. Hey, on the sidewalk down, hey, slow and square and round. When will it end? When will it end? Hey!
All right, Over, Under, Sideways, Down from 1966. This was a self-titled Yardbirds album, but it was officially, or rather unofficially, known as Roger the Engineer because of the cover art drawn by one of the band members of the Audio Engineer, which, wasn't totally out of place for, bands to do back in those days. Now moving on to my favorite song by the Yardbirds, a tune called Shapes of Things.
Right, boss, yeah. Shapes of Things actually appeared as a non-album single, but later it appeared on the US version of Rave Up. Right, boss, yeah, Shapes of Things. Yeah, in 1977, there was a compilation album released called Shapes of Things, which was most of the Yardbirds' work that had been recorded between 1964 and 1966.
All right, and now the one I told you about a little earlier. The name of the song is Happenings 10 years time ago. It was released as a single in 1966. This is known as some of the band's most progressive work. It has both Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck on lead guitar. Pretty interesting song, and like I say, it did get radio airplay, and I haven't heard it since 1966, so here we go. happenings 10 years time ago. I wonder if Jimmy Page actually maybe used that when he thought of his song 10 Years Gone on the Physical Graffiti album. But anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed this little trip back into the 60s, and you know, I think one of the better bands of the 60s, the Yardbirds. Anyway, folks, we're going to get out of here and find some beers, and we'll see you on the next video.